What's up, y'all? Oh, you got it. Go ahead. What's up, y'all? This is Black Perspective Podcast. I'm back with my boy, the architect, Real Rail, and Rising Phoenix, here to talk about a couple of things tonight. Hopefully, we have a couple of good shows to put out for y'all tonight, and let's get to it. So architect brought up a little thing about people not acting their age and everybody following everybody, and the young people, the old people following the young people. So I found this little video. It's starting a little off a little bit, but let's just listen to it. Oh, that was stupid. Okay. Go on, bear with me, y'all.
Right. Tupac. See that? Now you go study that man. Here I have a man who was a ballet dancer, and he spent so much time alone and in his room writing poetry. But then his poetry became rap. But now when you're in rap, you're with real thugs. So now, in order to not be exposed, you have to be more thug than anybody. He became what he thought he had to be. And so when we start to really look at men, and we say, how do you go from doing a shootout when you used to do ballet? But it was because of not having a personal identity. And so what happens is, as men, we go and we emulate and we idolize men without looking at who is that man in the dark when nobody's looking. Why do you have that?
Okay. I like him too. I like Tony. He cool, man. I like you, man. Good brother. Seem like a good brother for real. You know, I like him. But I don't know about all that. Coming from a person that's familiar extremely with the streets, you know, and did my time. No, let me stop. But no, coming from I'm talking about in the streets. Okay. But no, coming from a person that knows how the streets operate. No, I don't necessarily agree with that, because a lot of guys out here that have been in the streets for real and ain't really about that life for real. So just because your past, if you been a ballet dancer and all that, I don't mean nah.
All I'm saying is, okay, so Shannon Sharp was talking about his son, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said his son? Yeah. His son grew up in a gated community.
You talking about Michael Irvin? I know you talking about, yeah.
Was it Michael Irvin? Yeah, it was Michael Irvin talking about his son, a rapper. And he said his son gangster rapper, rapping real music. He like, you ain't lived none of this. Mm-hmm. And that's what he talking about. And I get it. I'm not saying Tupac wasn't whatever he was. I ain't saying nothing about Tupac. Love Tupac, so don't come at me for Tupac. But I'm just saying, listen, Tupac might have did some stuff in the streets, and he was a big figure when he got famous. But you got to think, Tupac was a dancer for a Digital Underground when he was like 15, 16. He was, he started rapping with them early. He came up early. He did, went to the, performing arts school, all that stuff, right? So he might have, been from the hood, but he wasn't, his early upbringing wasn't all that rah-rah gangster shit. He didn't get like that really till he started fucking with Death Row.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I agree with that.
So, I mean, we're not trying to, and the video wasn't so much about Tupac as it was about men emulating men. And being, around too, men do emulate other men. We always did. Even when in the streets, what else would make you go off into the streets and be doing the stuff you did, but trying to be like what you see?
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
You have no blueprint. And the ones, when you stop following the blueprint, you became a hippie.
Yeah.
So, you got into your own vibe, your own flow. And that is with that video, and I think, I'm going to let Architect in so you can explain exactly what you was talking about earlier and just talk about
well, basically, like, just to keep it on Tupac, like, for example, he was what he was. Like you say, before he got shot and went to jail and all that stuff. Like, before, he was on a more righteous path. When he got to death row, that's when, all the other stuff started. But the thing is, when are you more responsible for your decisions? I feel like there's no age you can put on that. It's about what you go through in life, because you're constantly learning with the things that you go through. It doesn't matter if you're 18, 19, 20, 21. You have to go through some stuff in order to learn.
But you learn it, but you still, people still gonna be learning at age 50, 55, 60. You gonna learn till you die. So if you give an excuse of people still learning, so they shouldn't have no responsibility for themselves, then what age do they gotta be an age?
No, it's core values. Certain things you don't have to learn immediately, but certain things you need to learn these as soon as possible.
But you
You
don't have
can't learn everything all at once. And it's about watching those around you that's older than you. But the problem is when you're watching those older than you and trying to learn from them, they're doing the same thing that you are, or even worse.
okay, but you said okay, you said core values. I get you though, but we're not talking about basic core value. We talking about to accountability. You said it's no age where people should be, should be held responsible for that who they're because they're still learning. Every age we still learning. So,
Yeah,
so at 55 you don't got no accountability. When do you get accountability for your life?
you have accountability for your life, but you also have to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah,
And that really doesn't even matter what age you are.
that's true. But if you still doing the same stuff, some people learn he do a mistake and do it 100,000 times over.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
So that's
Because
what I'm saying.
you're too old for that.
So what ages do you get accountability?
It all depends. Some people can be sheltered all their life and
Levels
don't
of
have a clue of what's going on when something get
yeah.
real.
Okay, so how that gonna hold up? So
You
they
have
go.
to.
So what if they did this? What if they took their gun, went out in the streets, and because they were sheltered all their life and they weren't used to crowds, found themselves in a big crowd, they just pulled out their gun and started shooting. They still gonna go to jail.
Yeah, and experience gonna be your best teacher. Bet you won't
So,
do that one again,
so
one
they
way or the other.
can be accountable for that because they never experienced that before.
No, they're gonna be accountable for that, of
Right,
course.
that's what I'm saying. So it's a limit to the accountability. So when do accountability? What age? 15, 18, 16? I ain't even talking about murdering. So I'm not even talking about murder, the murk word. But
Yeah, you just certain things you just know better than no matter what age you are. Certain things you just know better. It's in
okay,
the essence. You
okay,
you you have to pay attention to your surroundings.
yeah.
You
And
should
I
be
ain't
learning
trying.
something every day, right?
You're right. And I ain't trying to cut you off, but I want you to tie that into what you originally said, though. What made us come up with this topic when you was talking about the older cats following the younger cats. Those, get into that.
Yeah. Too often you see, 50-year-old men walking around with sagging pants and do rags hanging out the back pocket and all this. It's sad that that's the society we're in because we're supposed to be the ones setting the example for the generation after us.
That's
So
fact.
how can we expect them to lead anything when we gave them nothing to go off of other than the stuff that you see on social media that's basically, you know, it's a hindrance into the progress of us.
Okay, so let me ask you about this, right? You say some cats be walking around with their pants sagging, right?
Yeah.
So this young guy, he see the cat walking around with his pants sagging, and he see you, right?
Hmm.
And he picked the guy with his pants sagging.
Okay.
Ain't
It
that
no, it but it, see, it's a reverse thing. The older guys are following the younger guys instead of the other way around. That's what
yeah,
I'm saying. That's
and
my
that's
point.
true, and I'm with you on that. That's true. That's true. What y'all think? That's true. And I want to
I
get
agree
into
with
that.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, y'all
I
having a
agree.
good one on that. Both of y'all, yeah, I agree with both of what y'all
I agree.
saying. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's a great point both of y'all making. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm just taking it in
yeah,
because
me too.
this is a good discussion.
No,
Yeah.
and I get them. Yeah, we got to. We I don't know why. I don't know. And that's I think this is one of the first times in history that this has ever happened. Where the phenomenon he just said that old cats is following the swag of the young guys.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's true.
Cats wearing skinny jeans and stuff, and I don't
Yeah.
understand that, man. I be seeing. I mean, certain stuff, man, is weird. Yeah, you see cats sagging, even cats who not even on that level of sagging, who might got some money, they walking around with big, gold chains like a young guy, like the young cats be like you expect a young person to do, and they trying to show. I think it lead I'm not even talking about the pants sagging guys. Just the guy, even older guys with money. Sometimes they walking around with big gold chains, gold ropes. I'm not talking about the rappers either who started that culture. You know what I'm saying? I'd be okay.
I mean, it depends on your environment, though. If you used to seeing that, I mean, I have seen that. That ain't nothing new. From where I come from, I seen guys. That's what made me want to wear gold chains. I seen guys 30 plus wearing gold chains back then.
Yeah,
you know, and they had bread, they had money, so they was really like getting money. So they wear a big 7-8 millimeter gold chain, 10 millimeter gold chain. I'm like, damn.
Now they iced out diamonds. They $30,000, $40,000, $50,000.
Yeah, because it's advanced now. Because our culture became more advanced now, so that's why they icing them out. But we always wear gold.
I get it, but
but after a certain age, like, you know, I might get slammed for this one, but you 35, 40 years old, you ain't got no business wearing basketball jerseys and all this foolishness. Like, grow up, man. Just wear a regular t-shirt or something, man. Like, I don't get it, man.
And he right. And you know, you focused on the goal, but I'm focused on the image and the picture. I get what you're saying. You always want to go, but actually, too, when do you grow out of it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, because that's a personality. That's what they like.
That's
so
they come from.
I mean, that's like saying I'm gonna push back on that one. Architect.
I hear you.
I gotta push back on that one because I wear a jersey. I'm gonna wear a jersey. You know, I'm gonna wear my team. I rep the Lions right now. I'm gonna wear me a jersey. So people can throw as much as they want.
But here's the difference, though, Ray. Here's the difference, though. You money conscious. You don't be walking around. I ain't saying you ain't got a, beastie, you can't get Dougie up, but you ain't walking around wearing Gucci. Y'all ain't all Louis Vuitton hats and up and just doing that, just trying to portray an image like some young person. You like a love and hip hop star or something. What are you doing? We're just regular old school people at. And it's a lot of people, I ain't saying, but it's a lot of them out here that's cool like that. But it's a lot of them out here like run the gambit from what the architect said to what I was talking about, just people trying to live younger than they are, and I don't get that.
And back in like I'm gonna give my age away, but back in like the early 80s, it was common for those before us to set examples. Now it's like our older generation are constantly looking to impress the younger people.
I feel like
some of the same things they're doing. I'm sorry, Trey.
Sorry. No problem. I don't mean to interject, but I feel like it's been that way for a while. Like if you want to look at it, like let's take it to like music. Like we all like music. We all got artists that we love. But even with that, like if you really go back and look at the ages of these singers and these rappers that was making the music that was appealing to you in the 80s when you was a teenager, they in their 20s already, and they appealing to 15-year-olds and 14-year-olds and things like that. I go back and listen to some of the music that I used to listen to when I was 15, 16. And then I look at how old these guys are, and they like 48, 49, 50. And I'm like, wait a minute. So when I'm 14, 15, these guys is like 23, 24, appealing to a young female like myself. So I feel like it always been that way. And music has definitely been a culprit in displaying that. Even
with movies, like y'all look at like TV shows, all the people that we used to see in the TV shows was way older.
Yeah.
They was portraying us as teenagers, but they was grown. Like,
not only that, and look, and when you get my age, they all dying now.
I think it's a little different in entertainment. I think it's a little different in the entertainment industry. Because the different limelight. I'm just talking like in everyday life. That's what I was referring to more so.
No, and we don't even want. We're not talking about really entertainment, but they're trying to copy that. I can understand an entertainer doing that.
Yeah,
I can see a Rakim walking in the room, and he about 50, whatever he is, walking in the room with a big rope on. I can see Rakim doing that.
Right.
Or brand Gucci, like we seen him a picture of him. Remember, we seen a video of him. He had a Gucci on, which was a dog.
Yeah. So well, let's transition this here. What we just talked about people acting immature. And this not just men. We focused on men because the men was talking. The women do it too.
Yes.
Let's be real. 45-year-old, you getting BBLs.
Yeah.
Yes.
You wearing
Show that
red, pink hair, you doing crazy stuff, looking crazy, wearing these long eyelashes, looking like. I don't understand,
Yeah.
but so it's men and women doing that. So let's
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm
Let's-
glad you brought that up. How
But
you
we
thought? I was
talking
gonna
about
say,
men because we men. We I
A
don't
lot of
probably
a
doing-
lot of
we
these
not
a
part of
lot of
that.
these women don't have, daughters necessarily. They have best friends. They dating some of the same guys that their daughters dating. That's the crazy part.
Hold up. We gonna swing back around to that. But you're right. But look, I bring that up to say this. So with that said, now, so how does that affect modern day relationships and just the black in the black family, the black household? What's going on there? You get what I'm saying? So if everybody trying to emulate and trying to be something they not, how do that translate into our community?
I think it's a fake it till you make it type of thing, because what you have is, more times than not, you have two clueless people trying to work together, to build something, but they faking it, so it's only gonna last so long. Then once that's up, it's gonna end on bad terms, because that's just how it is. So now you're gonna have them at odds with each other. Who knows how far they'll take it? But people are clueless.
Yeah. But I also feel like we just in a different times. You know what I'm saying? Like the times we in now is different. We can't even compare them to how it used to be back in the day. You know what I mean? We can't compare it to the early 2000s or the late 90s or even the early 90s. It's totally different. And we got a different generation now. The things that we used to hear when we was kids, and our parents used to say things like, you can make it in our time. We were slow in our time. It was like this and that time. Well, we seeing it today. So I don't know. I just look at it as and I don't see nothing wrong with having money and aspiring to want to have money. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I feel like you can't get into because that's almost borderline hating or checking for somebody's pocket when you start saying, well, why you got to do this and why that's kind of getting a little suspicious to me.
So we're not really talking about people's pockets. Now we will understand that some people out there that them wearing Louis Vuitton is like me wearing Levi's. It ain't that big a deal, but you got a lot of people out there, and we talked about this before, living above their means. We talking about the childish, immature ones who are just doing it because they want to be showing off.
Yeah.
And that's it's a different level. And you're right. Everybody, you could. That's why I try to make the distinction. If Rakim or just somebody you expect to be on that level, you might even have some old heads who just always been like that. But you got old heads that ain't always been like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just they falling in now. They old heads and they got money now, and they can do that.
Yo, I got a relative just like that. We just had a convo. He see this video, he be cracking up about this. But we just had a whole convo talking about nothing but designer brands, and he 50 plus.
Yeah.
Wow.
50 plus, and he talking about nothing but Gucci, Mary jeans. He like, should I buy some Mary jeans? I'm like,
and I bet you he got a few of
them.
I mean, not yet, but he got other designer stuff. Yeah, but he close.
He's
right
money on that crap, and that's where when he go out, he fresh to death.
And I'm like, man, invest that money. Why would you spend $1,000 on some jeans? You can invest that money, and that's
what I'm saying. We do that.
I never get it. Does it make you feel like a superhero when you put this stuff on or something? I just don't get it.
In Detroit, if you ain't got no buffs on, you ain't a real man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You broke. You broke.
It's sad.
Yeah. So,
but you know what, y'all? I just want to make this point though. I say this too though. I say when you don't have a lot, you never experienced a lot. You want to be somebody. Everybody want to be somebody though. That's everybody. Everybody want to be and feel like they that deal. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But I feel like don't put yourself in debt to create that. Don't put yourself in a situation you can't get out of. You know what I mean? To emulate that, and definitely don't be emulating these young guys because
let me just put y'all up on some gas. The reason why we talked about this and we wanted to get into this and we never did that. So social media is terrible.
Oh yeah.
It's terrible. And you're right, we in a different time. We in a different space now, and it's a whole different era now. So you're right. Social media is what's controlling us, though.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's psychological. Look, I just read an article and it was said that Steve Jobs had the idea to create the social media, the phone, the iPhone, so it could create us like a bicycle, so it could help us learn like a bicycle, right? You learning how to create new ways to ride the bike, right? But they said that it did nothing but create anxiety, depression. It did the opposite, insecurity. It did the opposite of that. Like it actually.
And it's not, and
But
not like the taking a step. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off, but I heard though that they specifically designed the phone and the apps and the program so it stay in your hand.
Yep.
They got so many notifications on stuff. You know, everything got a notification to always. Now it get you to answer your notification on Instagram. Now you're gonna scroll for 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah.
If you want for YouTube, you're gonna scroll for 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think it's not necessarily that social media is bad, it's what we choose to take from it. Because without social media, we wouldn't be here talking to an audience today. So it's about what you take from social media.
I agree with that point.
Social media does have good or bad and bad, but you got to understand though. I get what you're saying, and I agree with you. Social media is a wealth of knowledge or a wealth of stupidity, but but they do it intentionally. It's a plan to do this. So anything that plans to control you, in my words, in my opinion, is not good.
Exactly.
So that's how I look at it. I know it's not, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the, the devil or it's not Satan. So, but with that said, I want y'all to watch this and listen. This is what you get from social media.
Today, years old, when I found out that Dave and Buster's is co-owned by Dave Chappelle.
Oh my God, I saw that. I saw that. Okay, hold on.
Did I send it back?
So I was today years old when I found out that Dave and Buster's is co-owned by Dave Chappelle and Busta Rhymes.
I saw that swirling around on social media, and I'm like, this is just ridiculous.
And the guy that actually owned Dave and Busta passed away.
Dave Chappelle didn't pass away.
Huh?
Dave Chappelle didn't pass away. I know Busta Rhymes still here.
But that's crazy. How you get? I'm trying to figure out how you get.
Because people don't read.
Don't do research.
You can just put stuff out on the internet and it swirl around and people just take it as.
And I think she was
as gospel. Yeah.
I hope she was being sarcastic, y'all.
Dude, I hope that was a comedy because she was in the once she was in the military.
Yeah.
Out there, well, we might be in trouble. That ain't what they got out there. Our military is dope.
Yeah, exactly.
Our military is bad. The boys,
exactly.
But yeah, I don't know, man. The internet is it could be a good place and a bad place. It depends on what you absorb. But they do push stuff to they do dictate the narrative of what we absorb, and it's a psychological setup plan to get you to just keep your phone in your hands and to be looking at everything.
Yeah.
They used to do cartoons. If you think about cartoons, kids' cartoons, Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner, they go in like 5 seconds little clips. They change quick. You know what I'm saying? Because kids got a short attention span. So they giving you ADHD as an adult. Everybody ADHD.
Yeah, everybody got ADHD now. Yeah. And I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna go and say that when you really think about it from a perspective of my truth, I think we talked about this too. When you start, people could say and put out anything and say that's my truth. I think that's a very scary thing right there. It's nothing wrong with having your truth because everybody needs it. But when you could just put and dictate things based off how you see fit, that becomes a dangerous world right there. And that's why social media is so crazy. Like TikTok, we go on TikTok right now or Instagram or YouTube, and you see these made up stories. And you're like, but if you don't do no research, it go viral. If it ain't nobody checking that, even if you check it, people under the comments like that's not right. That's wrong.
That's a prime example.
It went viral, and people in there arguing like, no, you wrong. It is the truth.
That's a prime example. That whoever put that video up, that picture up of Dave and Buster's and had Dave Chappelle and Ludacris there, that they're the owners. That's a prime example. How people just take stuff and run with it without doing any type of research, let alone the proper research.
But that's just okay. I get you. Some people probably did believe that, but think about the flat Earth theory.
Yeah.
I had somebody send me a little video of the guy explaining the flat Earth on a map, and it had Asgard at the top. Asgard, where Thor lives. If you don't know.
Yep. Did they have Wakanda there too?
Oh, it had Asgard though. I was like, y'all believe it?
Wow.
And I was just like, okay, stop. I'm done.
Yeah. And like you said, it's dangerous. That's a danger though, because people was really believing this stuff. Like they really learning. Like, and I'm gonna say this too. I feel like it was an age of information. We all heard that before. Like it was a certain period of when you was really getting genuine information. Now on the internet, a lot of this stuff is pseudo. And that's one of my favorite words. You know what I mean? I used to use like a lot of this stuff is pseudo. Yeah.
It's entertainment now. It's not, and pseudo was giving it too much credit. It's almost like watching cartoons. It's adult cartoons.
Yeah.
All it is. It's adult cartoons for adults.
Yeah.
And it spread like wildfire too, because you have people with like-minded people that they hang around. They tell that like-minded person some false information, then they spreading it. Next thing you know, it's a general belief, like it's the gospel. Like, no, it don't work that way though.
Yeah.
It's like the Boondocks. I got a comedy video for y'all.
Let me put it on. Let's see.
Oh boy.
I know, right? All right, look. Y'all, we're gonna have to do another I don't know, architect. I think did you see that one when they did the one with Uncle Ruckus, like his past, like they gave his whole history?
Ooh, no.
We gotta react to that, y'all. We gotta react.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And a couple that did it, shout out to them, man. We gotta get off on.
Yeah, did I say that?
Yeah, I got it. You sent it to me, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. We're gonna send it to you. Put it
in that. This is my I don't know, man. I'm switching up. I'm on my ADHD tonight. But this is my F around to find out video. This is the worst I ever seen. It's disrespectful.
Let's see what
it's disrespectful. It is. It's terrible. I shouldn't even show it.
I already know it's about to be there.
Press the button.
Yeah, I talked to you. Get your own phone call. Why are you doing this?
Wow.
Is that disrespectful?
Yeah. That's
he
bad.
smacked him like 3 times.
That's
not to mention, even once is too much to smack a man. Smacking a man is a sign of disrespect.
Totally.
But that's the era we in though, y'all. That's the era, man.
Like, homie, you gonna have to punch me. Like, nah, don't smack me.
Yeah. But he's still gonna have a combo with him, right? Like,
right. And walk around and get some more.
Like, ain't nothing to talk about at that point, bro. Like,
right. You ain't clench your fist up. You ain't put your phone in your pocket. You ain't think about doing none of that.
Yeah. He could at least had the Arthur.
But you know what I feel like too, y'all? I feel like integration has become so vast now. Because before you ain't have so many people integrated like you do now. Back in the day, it was not for me. I know, and for y'all too. We ain't see integration like we see it now. Like now, integration is on the horizon for real. Like it's a lot of different groups, integrating with each other. So, and I feel like because he was a different, ethnic group, so he's not used to the aggression.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Some people not used to that aggression.
And that same aggression is what get us labeled as, angry black men.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
but see, I'll roll with you on that 100%. But here's my problem. I think, and I get you, and I agree, and I'm not even arguing what you're saying, but I just want to add this more than fight back at you. But even with the aggression, though, we just got meaner and more violent as a society in the last 10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure.
After, during Corona and after. But we, in the last 10, 15 years, we just got retarded. I can't say that. I'm sorry. We just got very stupid in the stuff we did. Didn't make no sense. We started as a society, and I'm not just talking about black perspective, but even I go into the black community, but we just even in the black community, we got more disrespectful to each other and more hate. Everybody just got, but as a society, we just got crazy. It just got crazy, and people just got disrespectful, and they shooting up. Remember when they was, doing mass shootings at schools every week?
Yeah.
It was every week for like a year, or so.
Yep.
Come on now, it was almost. I don't know. I don't believe in the conspiracy theories, but I think the people who want to get rid of the Second Amendment and want to be stricter on gun control, it almost seemed like they was doing it. It was going so bad.
Yeah.
You a Second Amendment person and you buying guns, so you gotta like the Second Amendment. Why are you going to doing that craziness? And it's a mental health. His mental health stuff. I don't know, man. I'm rambling now. I don't went into 8 topics, but
no. Because right after that happened, they be like, "See why we got to ban the guns? See why we got to ban the assault rifles?" And it's like
they blame the gun, but
every time, every single time.
And then a lot of times, what happened is, like you say, we get meaner and angrier, but we're stuck in our own community, so we're taking that anger out amongst each other.
Yeah.
So now you getting a dozen deaths a day in a 5-mile radius because we're so angry and so bitter toward any and everything that we come in contact with.
Yeah. And I got a question for y'all. What do y'all first? I'm gonna let you go her thoughts, and then I'm gonna ask y'all a question real quick, everybody.
Okay. Well, go ahead, ask the question. I didn't have nothing to say.
Okay. All right. I wanted to say, what do y'all think was the contribution to that? Like for us to be so angry now. What do y'all think? Like what's y'all mindset on that?
America as a society, I think, because in the last 10 years, people started to see the wealth gap in America more and better. And started to understand this, started to get more understand it's not fair inflation, the wealth gap, and it started having somebody to blame, and people work hard and try to do good, and some people don't, and some people just just say I ain't finna do that and still not make it. I might well just be out here doing dirt and still not and live better, and I ain't gotta go to work for 40 hours, do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And I just think the wealth gap, people got angry of the haves and the have-nots too, and just I don't know, but I don't know.
That's a good perspective, though. I agree. I agree with that too.
I think it's a multitude of things. I agree with what Your Thoughts just said, but I also feel like as the years go by and they have gone by, I feel like more and more information and more things being revealed to people. Like, you can't hide shit forever. So people find out a lot of things. Like in the United States, the majority, I ain't gonna say the majority, but it's a lot of Americans that don't trust the American government as it already is. So more and more things that we see come out, more and more information come out, when you get lied about, you get lied to about certain things, and then years down the road, that same information come out, and now, you start to see all of that stuff along with the wealth gap and the truth being shown on racism, just a whole lot of things that people was in the dark about, they not in the dark no more. So it makes them angry.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I get that. That's what I mean, and that's if I went a little harder, that's probably exactly what I said. The whole thing is more information.
Yeah.
Now, and they see that they spent how much did the U.S. government send over to
Ukraine?
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money.
Billions. Yeah, billions.
Billions
Like,
dollars.
see, you had that piled up, you had that compiled with a multitude of other things. Like now, today's society is, a microwave type society. We want everything instantly. You see somebody with, something fancy or designer, and you like, man, why can't I have that? Well, because you didn't work to get it. So now you're in a mindset, well, I got to have it. So I'm going to do whatever I can as quick as I can to obtain those things, at any cost necessary.
And I'll ride with you on that. But not I will ride with you, but most people, even though they want to obtain those things, and they don't. And I know I think you was talking about any way necessary, robbing, stealing, and killing.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people just spend their lives. Most people ain't robbing, stealing, and killing, but some people just don't prioritize their money. Like Rail City, he talked to his people for an hour just about designer clothes.
Yeah.
So just a regular income, probably a regular middle class income guy, probably 50,000 or so a year, regular guy. You ain't got no money for all that, Louis and all that. You can save up, but come on, man. No,
Yeah.
you can save up and get you a Louis. You can go spend your whole, all your leftover money from your check, 250 something for a Gucci belt, but you ain't cut like that. That ain't your, you ain't got 250 to spend on the belt, bro.
Yeah. And what's the point? You get what I'm saying? Like, what are you trying to prove? Like that's the whole thing too. It's like, why? Like, I get where y'all coming from. Like, what is the end point to that? You just want to look good for people? Like, what is your point?
It's a way they try to prove their manhood.
Yeah.
Like my man said in the video about Tupac, it wasn't about Tupac. It was about not having a lack of understanding of self and identity. You don't have your own identity, so you follow the identity of and so men you try to follow the identity of what you feel like is popular, what women like, what shows.
There you go.
There you go.
Women's face and what men strive to be.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I don't care how it is. If I walk into the room and I got the sweetest chain out of hundreds of chains, but I got the beastiest one, I'm that guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Facts.
That's exactly what I was about to say before you said it. You took it out of my mouth. Like, you on point with that, because that's why, like, men, we're gonna keep it on the men for a second. That's why they do it, because they appeal to the younger women. That's the younger audience. That keeps you young, that keeps you youthful. So the older you get, I'm just speculating because I'm not a guy. So y'all correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm gonna say this too, y'all. I'm gonna say this too. Y'all want to know to back her up and back you up to her thoughts, and you too, architect, all y'all. I'm gonna back y'all all up with this statement. Did y'all know that the number one vehicle that this country buys is trucks? Did y'all know that? So either the Ram or the F-150.
Yeah.
Those are the two vehicles that dominates the whole U.S.
Okay.
Only two other vehicles that people buy more, and it's in the state. This is going to be a California, and I forgot the other one, but it's a Tesla and it's a CRV. That's the only two vehicles, and those are designated to
a Honda.
A CRV. Wow. Yeah.
Okay. So why you saying this? So what you saying it for?
So because guys, we know what trucks are. We know guys work buy trucks because it's a measuring stick. To a certain it's a measuring stick.
No,
it's a utility vehicle.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Listen to my point though, because you know why the whole where that.
No, go ahead. I want to get back what Phoenix said though.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying that whole thing about Texas, like the pickup truck started. That's a Texas thing.
No, right? I get it, but I'll get back to that in a second. Phoenix, say what you said again. You said something about I took the words out your mouth. It was only one little part I had a little bit of clarification on. Go ahead.
I don't even remember what I just said. How your thoughts?
What did she say, y'all?
Oh, she was just saying that
what was I saying?
You asking about men doing that for women's attraction?
When I said correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, I was just saying y'all correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not a guy, so I don't know. But a lot of guys too, they do it to appeal to the younger audience, to the younger women. Like a lot of men that's older, when they get older, middle age and older, they feel like they losing their youth, so they do these things to regain it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me rock with that. I'll rock with you on that. The only little bit of pushback I got now is that the lines are so blurred. Architects said it earlier. 45-year-olds at the same age as the men. They competing with the 20-year-olds. They like the same kind of man. And that's the problem. And I get it. And I get where that's from. The only thing I push back is when you say the younger girls. Just any woman. The women are after. That's the women who are after that kind of thing are after that. The age don't matter no more. And that's
they have the money.
That's the sad part. What the architect said that the old people are doing what the young people. The older women. He didn't say that on the show. He said it earlier, right before we went on the air. But he said the older women are in competition with the younger women for the same man.
I agree with that.
That's crazy. So I agree with what you said.
And it's like we just going so backwards. You got a lot of guys, behind on child support, flossing, going to rent a Maybach for the week, and they behind on child support, getting ready to be thrown in jail. You got these women, that you got these women.
I think that's a little bit,
going out dressing a certain way, but they house is dirty.
That's like a person.
You only owe $55 a month, bro. You rented a Maybach. You better give him that $55. Give that boy. Give that boy his money. Maybach. Oh, baby need Pampers. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But we get what you're saying. Just basically living above your means, not even child support, just not taking care of your business.
Yeah, woman out dressed and flashy, and the house dirty than a mug when you get to it. Like,
bruh, we come outside, have a Louis Vuitton purse, and got mold in their bathroom shower.
Right.
Bruh.
Y'all are crazy.
No, real talk. We know that the comedians in the 80s was making jokes about brothers have a Cadillac and ride home to their apartment.
Yeah.
Come on now. We spend all our money on, and we talked about in the old podcast where I talked about, back in the days, the black people wouldn't drive their car to work. They would catch the bus because they didn't want the white people to know how good they was paying them or how much money they was making or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we always did that. I mean, we always wanted flashy things, but sometimes we couldn't have them. And I don't know. Somebody told me that I was listening to some video and they saying something about are people wearing gold, and I think it was BS just to I think it was I understood his philosophy, but I still think it was BS just to justify us wearing a lot of gold. And he actually busted around. He said because we used to be kings and queens in Africa and we had gold back then, so we want to go. It makes us feel back in our spirit, in our DNA, the royalty, our DNA. So I don't know. I don't know, but that's what he said. But that's Busta Rhymes. I ain't gonna say you wrong. Busta a legend. Busta a guy. So
But I agree with that though too. I just feel like a lot of our the signals is crossed, and then again, most people really don't understand finances though too. So they don't understand. Like I told you with the conversation I had last night. I'm like, invest that $1,000. Why would you buy some pants with that? One pair of pants for $1,000? Invest that money. Like, what did you think?
Yeah.
Like you can invest, and in 2 years, you can open up your own. You know what I mean? Like that's how I always think about it.
I know so many people with so much flossy stuff. I know some of them own their homes, buying their homes. Got a couple of properties, but I know so many people don't got nothing.
Yeah,
and they got a lot of flossy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just I don't know. I mean, it's an understanding. It's an understanding and stuff. So let's I got more videos for tonight, man. We're gonna have some fun, y'all. I got all day.
I know what you got, but no, that's a good topic, though. I feel like again, but you got to understand again, we're coming from these people come from the hood. They come from the ghetto. So that's a whole nother topic right there.
That's another topic.
You got to think, and then going back to the jobs don't pay shit. So majority of people, if you work hard, you made a point, architect. You said if you work hard, you could get it. No, you ain't. You could work 50, 60, 80 hours. You ain't gonna get it. You just don't make enough. So, and I think that's why people went to the side of being more like F the jobs.
Angry.
Angry. They know they're not gonna never make enough. You're never gonna make enough. Like
I
for real.
agree. I agree with what you're saying. Yeah.
On Instagram. You're never gonna make that what you see on social media. It just ain't gonna happen.
Right. Yeah, that's facts.
So I'm gonna be real with you. It's shoes that cost $1,800, $2,000. You ain't gonna buy that.
Bro. Hey, Rel will tell you. Rel will tell you. I went up into the Balenciaga store.
Yeah.
Shoes, and I wear like a 49, the biggest size they got, because I got big feet. So I have to get like a 48 and 49. He had a pair.
Yeah.
I said, how much are they? He said $1,000. I'm like,
No, it was more than that. I told it was more than that. It was like 14.
Like 1,100. They was only 11.
11.
Well,
okay.
It was 11. The track shoes. They was like 1,011 out the door. And
Okay.
I could have bought them out, but I ain't buy them because I don't need no $1,000 shoes.
Yeah, and I told you don't buy. I was like, man, no, you don't. Because I'm looking at
buy him. He was like, you see how you the White Phoenix? You know he was like, "Wow, dog, that ain't nothing, man. That ain't nothing. That's just 1,200. It ain't nothing."
I told you no. I was like, no, man.
Well, I got a couple of pair of sweet shoes.
I told you, I'm like, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. No.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do it. With my bank account set up, my checking and my savings.
No, you could have went full throttle, but it went no
point. I went looking for a job though.
Mm-hmm.
And I went looking for a job, so I just wanted to let y'all know on my job search and how it's been going.
Come on.
And I was told you can't have these types of jobs no more. You can't have these jobs. Uh-oh.
Okay. For one, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. Matter of fact, any fast food restaurant, if you think that you're a grown-ass man working in a fast food restaurant is okay, something is wrong with you, all right? Leave those jobs to the teenagers. My nephew can't even get a job right now because there's some grown-ass man in his goddamn 40s flipping my goddamn burger, okay? Let it go. Leave it alone. That job is not for you. Anything in retail, okay? I don't want to see no grown-ass man handing me a dress, okay? Why are you a grown-ass man working at Ross? That makes absolutely no sense, okay? Target, Marshalls, like, guys, give it up. Leave these jobs to the kids. Leave these jobs to the teenagers. These are jobs you get in high school, in college. But once you're a grown-ass man, you do not need to be working in any fast food restaurant or any retail restaurant. And for you high-value men that think that it's high value to work for the city, let me tell you something. You're absolutely wrong, all right? No police officers, no firefighters, no construction workers, no mailmen, no post office. If you consider that a high value man, you're absolutely wrong, okay? There's nothing high value about making $70,000 a year. The list of jobs.
I have a question.
So what you gonna do then? I mean,
why am I going to take advice from someone coming out of their mouth with so much hatred that don't even like who they are? If you like who you are, you're going to present yourself as you are. You got all this makeup on. You got these eyelashes on. You don't like yourself. So why am I going to take advice from you?
What? Architect went there? He really went
there. He went there.
Look.
Shots fired.
I'm gonna come back. I got your back. I'm gonna cover you. I'm gonna cover you, Johnny. Bro.
Y'all about to feel it in the comments.
Bring it on. Bring it on. I stand on that.
I'm gonna stand on that with you, but that's not my point. But she is coming out in a whole clown outfit, a whole disguise. You got weave, eyelashes.
Yeah.
You do. Mike got a BBL. I don't even know what you look like no more. But that's the point is though. The point is this though. The world done got to such a place that making $70,000 a year ain't enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna have we see because she was coming for the and I'm gonna have to push back on both of y'all because she was coming for the actual category of work that you do. Antagonizing how that woman look, y'all both wrong for that. Y'all need to be ashamed of yourselves.
Hey, she criticized a whole group of people for
But
no
look,
reason.
Not by looks though. She's talking about an actual career or a job.
But see, that's disrespectful though. That's disrespectful.
It is.
You disrespecting a whole group of people. First off, okay, listen.
Yeah.
I know somebody. I know somebody who worked at McDonald's, got with somebody else at McDonald's, and they work at McDonald's and take care of their 2 kids together.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You got to get in where you fit in.
Exactly.
You just got to get in where you fit in. But to talk about, so first she said, all these guys high value men at $70,000. She right, ain't no high value men at $70,000.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Nothing wrong with working, being a police officer. Now you got some of those high value men have been in them jobs for 20, 30, 40 years.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Got property, got investments, got them the ones, police officers got, property and stuff like that and did things with their money, or some even if they just kept living their life at 65, 70,000.
Yeah, exactly. And it's their life at the end of the day.
It's their life. It's still a good living. But a lot of them got bread. You can't, like you said, you can't judge a book by its cover. And that's this modern day mentality of, and I hate to say it, that it's a modern day mentality. I think of women think that men are just bank accounts.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I agree with what I was saying because she was totally disrespectful. I don't agree with what she said. I feel like that's disrespectful. I mean, you can't knock a person how they feed their family. You can't do that.
Absolutely.
That's
and I think that's a caliber. I think today's time that's a caliber of women too. It's a lot. It's a small. I think it's a modern day caliber of woman. I ain't gonna say. I'm not gonna say most women, but these modern day new 2024 type women. Hot girls. That's how they think. That's how it is. And that's why men front and buy big gold chains to sag their pants. But
you're right.
Yeah, but here we go.
I agree.
I'm doing it wrong. Dang it.
We bring back feminine women, please. Can we please bring back feminine women? I am sick of seeing women who look like the lifestyles that they live. I am sick of women out here trying to out thug the men. Why are your lips black as shit like you smoke just as many blunts as your man? Why are you using profanity out in the streets as if you are a man? Why are you running around aggressive like a man? This shit is not sexy. Are you trying to attract women with being aggressive? What happened to females who were quiet? They were well kept. They were prissy. They were fragile in a sense. Why do we have all of these extra aggressive, tough ass, gun toting, weed smoking, crack bagging ass females? This shit is not cute and it's not attractive. A woman is a woman for a reason. What happened to being a damsel in distress and needing love? That's why men don't want to fuck with y'all. If they wanted a man, they would date their homies. Can we bring back feminine women, please? I am sick of these Tupac broads. I'm sick of them. I don't.
Wow.
Nah, we talked the other day. I'm coming for you now. It's time for you to step up to the plate. Don't put your face in your hands.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. How are your thoughts?
Because I'm gonna come to you. We talked the other day. You talked about men don't know or something. Women want men who are leaders, and we talked about catch. I think so. Did you? I might be putting words in your mouth to start a fight, but let's go. It don't matter. But no, we talked about this a few times, and it is women that just ain't feminine. They were raised to be tough, and we talked about the problems, and I think I went into the household, the black family structure, and you said a quote, and now can you repeat that quote you said you heard the other day, and I interpreted it wrong? We're gonna talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. What did I say? What was the quote
Heal
that
the
I
woman.
said? Heal the woman and you heal the black family.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Yeah. And I believe that to be true. Because as I was breaking down to you, the reason why I say that, because that woman, if we in our positions and you're the provider, like I explained, and you outside the house and you providing, you earning the income, and I'm home. Home is the foundation. This is where you raise your family. This is your sacred space. So your children is there. When you come home, this is your castle. This is your peace. If I'm unhealed, I'm responsible for the information that's being instilled in your children. I'm responsible for your peace. So when you come home, you will not have any. You will have chaos. You will never be able to relax or rest, even if you handling your business as a man, because I'm unhealed. When you heal that woman, she heals the foundation. She heals you. She heals your children, because these are the next generation coming. So if she's unhealed, what are we creating?
Okay.
She's responsible.
And I love that. And when she first said it, me being who I am, I'm an anti-feminist, but I'm not anti-feminist. I just don't like what they represent and what they did to our family structure. And I thought it was more of a feminist quote, but she explained it well. I thought it was saying, the black woman is the family, and we, if it ain't for us and all that kind of stuff. But I was wrong, so I didn't, but she did make a valid point. And I asked her, are black women healable? Kind of asked her. I kind of asked you, are black women healable? They say they want a leader, but they don't want to follow. They say you have to. The women have a saying that if I meet the right man, then I'll act feminine. Or I'll do that.
Yeah. I feel that that's stupidity. I will be honest. I don't agree with that. If I meet the right man, then I get my shit together. No, your shit should be together, period, because that's how you're going to meet that man. Because what we have to understand is, I'm gonna go a little deep off into some stuff real quick. We have to think about it in terms of energy and attracting. So when you out here behaving and acting and speaking a certain way, you're going to attract a certain type of mate. So you should always have your shit together, whether you with somebody or you're not. And how you going to get the person that you want if you're not acting the part? So I don't agree with that. I feel that's stupid. So I feel that black women are very, very much healable. Yes, we are, because I follow a lot of groups, and I'm in a lot of groups with black women that's all we talk about is healing ourselves and healing one another and being there for one another. So there is black women that is on that path, but there's a lot of black bitches and black hoes that's not. And excuse my language.
No, I love that. That's facts. I'm with you on that. And you can take that whole conversation, take that whole conversation and flip it around to black men. We on the same stuff. It's a lot of I hate to say it, niggas and punk ass guys and fuck boys, niggas and fuck boys. That's what it is. But it's a lot of men who are trying to heal. It ain't all of them. Yeah. All of us ain't the problem, but the problem it's not all of us that's the problem, but the problems are portrayed and magnified and not shamed when we see them. Because we shouldn't be having, and I'm sorry, I might be jumping subjects, but we shouldn't be having no sexy reds.
I agree with that.
She should have been shot down so hard that she should have never blew up. We gotta stop letting them magnify the worst part of our society.
I agree, because I just want to say something else real quick, and I'll let you go ahead, sweetheart. But my thing is too, like, what we have to understand is black women and black men alike. What we got to understand is when we're complaining about the male species, we're not complaining about the males or the men. We're complaining about the niggas. And when the men is complaining about the females, the black female species, y'all not complaining about the women. Y'all complaining about the bitches and the hoes, because these are not women. These are the people that you're attracting. You're attracting the bitches and the hoes, and the females is attracting the niggas. So you will never get a king. You'll never get a man if you out here calling them niggas.
And that's true, and that's facts. And not only do you attract what you are, the late great Kevin Samuels always said you attract what you are. But you're not even talking about all the bitches in the hoes. I'm just talking about the ones I met. You get what I'm saying? Because that's all I know. The ones I mess with. And then what we also do is I could go on Facebook or Instagram or any social media site, do a video of my woman cheating on me and talk about how she did me so dirty, right? And then this goofy cat over here is gonna be talking about, yeah, I know somebody who got cheated on and tell the same story I told on Instagram and take it to heart, like they really feeling that. And it's fake.
Yeah.
No,
That's a fact.
We don't live our lives. Most people, even if it didn't work out, had good relationships. You get what I'm saying? You do have relationships out here, but you would think every relationship was messed up.
That's a fact.
You had a lot of relationships, and most of them was good. They just didn't work out. I'm still friends with some of them.
Right.
Some of we still cordial. I ain't gonna say we friends, but we still cordial.
Yeah.
We see each other. We ain't, but yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's just weird and goofy.
Yeah.
About what you said though, we all of us are messed up, and you 100% right when you say, we only talking about certain people, and we only talk about our circle though. But you are what you attract. You are what you attract.
Yeah.
I know for a fact there's men out here who will buy a Cadillac Escalade and pull up on a woman and just talk about their truck.
Wow.
Because they lead with their money, and they do that because it works.
And we talk about this. We talk about this all the time too. Nobody is holding nobody accountable though, too. So for the smaller ones that's on the forefront, nobody is holding them accountable. Nobody is calling it out and saying, "Hey, that's wrong." Yeah. So it continues. The cycle continues.
We big up Sexy Red. Girl, stop hating on her. She doing her thing. That's not the image that I want to be portrayed.
And I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this part. For the context of her music, I don't agree with. I don't like it at all. I don't, because it is putting us out in a negative way as far as the women go. Not as far as her the beats and how lit it is. That's what it's cool. You like, okay, you want to have a good time. You want to have no accountability. Sometimes you in your 20s, you want to be like, man, I'm out here, whatever. Early 30s, you might want to do that. But the context shouldn't be like that though.
Even if the context is like that, I give you credit and roll what you said, and I go a step further and say, even if the context is like that, where is the pushback on it?
Yeah, to be like, you good.
There's gonna be people who like it, but it's no pushback. And she, they nominated her. What magazine was this? I think it was the BET magazine nominating her. They wasn't BET, but it was some,
song of the year.
Yeah, nominated her for Song of the Year for that song.
Yeah.
If you want to see what's up, ski.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I'm gonna say this too. We don't got no problem with her as far as the Sexy Red, we don't have an issue with her as far as the contest. Her personally ain't no issues because she's another black woman that's trying to make her family.
I don't know enough. I don't know enough about her to think badly about. I know she a hood, she ghetto, she a little ratchet, but it is what it is. I'm glad she got her money.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. We want to congratulate her.
Yeah, change up now. Make a gospel album. Your next album.
I ain't gonna say that. I mean, again, you gotta let people play. You gotta let people do them. That's another thing too.
But how long though? But I get I'm exaggerating. Jokers talking about make a gospel album, but the next one, it's just gonna get worse.
Yeah, but I feel like we just got to get a pushback to it, and I also feel like that's what we come from a place where people appreciate that. Who signed her? So we got to look at them. Why we ain't talking about the ones that signed her? When you come in
and your message is accepted like that, and you getting loved and brought in by everyone, what else do you know? You know that works, so you're gonna continue to do that. I don't necessarily agree with it, but it's not for me. But it's so many others that resonate to it. Otherwise, she would have been gone.
People resonate with it because that's what they live and see every day in their environments. You know what I'm saying? Like people is more or less really talking about how they live every day. You know, so go ahead.
But I'm saying, y'all, hold on though. Why are we not talking about the people that signed her too though? Because
I was gonna get into
they don't want to put her out. She don't got no battery if nobody putting her out there.
I heard that, Ralph. Because don't nobody know. I don't know unless you really into looking that up. I think when we talk about, when we talk about Sexy Red, we talking about the whole, company, the whole thing. It's not just her we talking about. It's the content of the music. Why would they put that stuff out? So we talk about the people who put it out too. She's just the front of it. But what you said, Phoenix, they live in the life they live, but she didn't start this. It started before her. Hot Girl City, Hot Girl Summer. Nicki. It started before her. She just took like the Nicki Minaj, Cardi, Nicki. This is how it went. It went from Nicki Minaj, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, then Glorilla, and then her. It just escalated worse. When they made WAP, I knew we were done.
No, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, we was done in this day and time, but hell, we've been done back when Lil' Kim was out. We was done when Foxy Brown was out. We was done when Trina was out because that's where it all came from. These girls wouldn't be nothing if we didn't have these women that was doing it first. So, but that's what sells. Sex sells.
Yeah, and that's what we got. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, look at the Marilyn Monroe, y'all. Like, what did Marilyn Monroe do?
Right.
Because it's societal. You facts. It's societal. Yeah. And just to get and Phoenix, you right. It goes way back farther than them. You right.
And just to give a little pushback to Real, like they're actually the smart ones, the people who sign, because they look at it as entertainment. Like, oh, we can make a living off of her. We can make a killing off of her. Let's push her to the forefront. They don't care about a message just being sent out. All they care about is the revenue that is going to increase, the increase of revenue that's going to bring in.
Well, technically, they do care about the messages that's coming out because they don't never push conscious music, or they don't push music that's going to elevate you. They push music that's going to destroy you.
Yeah. And how can we push back on her? And I'm gonna say this too: she don't got no power, so we push it back on the wrong person because the people signed her. So
that's what I'm saying. And they signed it so that because it's a money grab.
Yeah. So we should be going against them, not her, because she just hurt.
But well, I get what you're saying, and we are, and when we saying Sexy Red, people talking about the content, so they more talking about the whole organization, but we don't know the names of them. Now, if you want to look their names up, we can put them on blast next podcast.
Yeah, she's the one in the forefront, so we
talking about the content, not just her. Like we said, we don't got nothing against her. You know what I'm saying? It's the content and the stuff. It's the whole organization that's putting that out. So I get what you're saying. You're right. It's not her. It's everybody. The whole group. And she the weakest one.
And I'm saying it's a machine that puts these people.
Oh yeah.
Look, it's a machine. Look at all the Chicago drill for instance. Yeah. This is
what, I don't know. Yeah. I don't remember what I think Architect said that's what they put out. They don't promote the good music. Not only do they not promote the good music, they squash the conscious rap.
Yeah.
They squash for gangster rap.
Yeah.
So
facts.
Who said that? Phoenix said that, didn't you? Yeah, they squashed it for gangster rap. One of my favorite rappers is Talib Kweli.
Me too.
You talk about, look at what they did to him. He could
most definitely his partner.
And artists like that, they don't get the platform they deserve because they are conscious and make good music. You got Most Def, you got Black Thought, you got Talib Kweli, you got Common. These not even mainstream rappers like that, like as big as they should be compared to what they constantly pushing.
But here's the deal. I'm sorry. Let
me say this last little part. And this is my guy, Jay-Z. Jay-Z, one of my favorite rappers. He be on it. He be talking some real in his music. I love Jay-Z. But he made a comment when him and Nas was going back and forth. He said something that alarmed me, but at the time it was cool. But he said, "What you trying to do, kid? Knowledge?" Y'all,
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that,
Mhm.
but it was like, wow, you downplaying the knowledge. You know what I mean? Now Jay, I know they young at that time, they immature, so I get that. But is this the principle? Anytime you're trying to kick knowledge, is looked down upon. You know, you look down on it.
Well,
You know?
he was saying, "What you trying to kick knowledge?" Now I thought you was a gangster, but but you're right. He still looked down on. But here's the deal too, though. Hey, I forgot what I was about to say.
I mean, it's a hot topic, though. It's a hot topic. We are passionate about
because
it
it runs deep. Because the music is influential,
Yeah.
you know, right? So the people like we going at the artists specifically because they're the ones that's influential. Like when teenagers, when I was coming up, we kids, so we looking at the person itself. I don't know who the
They in
A
the
and R,
forefront, right?
you know, I don't know who the execs are.
Yeah.
I know who Lil Kim is though, and I can rap her lyrics to her song. So I went and got contacts because I wanted the eye color that she had that matched all her clothes and her wigs. So we all did that. And this woman is 20 and up, and she's appealing to a young 16-year-old like myself. So you know, she's the one that's the forefront. She's the black woman that we looking at. So if she's moving a certain way, so you got young women that's like, oh, that's the way to move to get a guy. That's the way to move.
And we down and when we say Lil Kim, we talk and she said she's the face of it, but we're talking about the whole machine. So we get what you said.
Yeah.
We say
we not like Real said, like, you know, it's that machine behind them. That's probably not even how a Sexy Red or a Lil Kim is in real life, but they have to be this person, you know, to their audience.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Because that's who the execs want them to be, and these record labels.
Or they are like that, and you exploit them for what they don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, they ain't conscious of that. They ain't conscious of, hey, you shouldn't put yourself out like this. You get what I'm saying? They
right.
From the trenches. Mm-hmm. So they don't know that what they should, you know, they don't know the code of conduct. They don't understand that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say that machine is deadly, because
and they're just dollar signs. And that's what I meant earlier. I wasn't necessarily disagreeing with you, but they're just dollar signs. All these are just dollar signs to the big wigs behind the scenes.
And y'all keep talking. I'm gonna come right back and I'm gonna play another video. I gotta take a little quick break.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true, because it's all about the message. Like this, I like this topic because it runs deep, because it goes way deeper than what we actually hitting on. Because we going down to, you know, breaking down what the images are and what the messages are and why Black music is portrayed a certain way, you know, against other genres of music that's not trashy, or you know what I'm saying. So
and the influence, y'all, too.
Yeah, like I say, I listen to like a lot of music in general, and every artist that has something to say, I ain't gonna say every, because some of them it still works for, but a majority of artists that actually has a positive message in their whole catalog. I'm not just talking about a song or two. You know, they tend to fade away. They're not as beloved as, you know, a Sexy Red or a Kodak Black or NBA Youngboy. You know, they're people that's getting pushed to the back, like, oh, that's too positive.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the people who I really like in the game, LL Cool J, when he was working with Dr. Dre, he basically said Dr. Dre wanted them to go in the studio and nigga this and nigga that. He was like, no, I can't do that. So that's why they never worked together. You know,
who you saying?
And that's crazy within itself.
Who was it with Dr. Dre?
LL Cool J.
Yeah, because it don't sell, because it's all about appealing to, okay, as the generations go, the children are younger and younger, the styles is changing, so music has to be around. So we got these 30, 40, 50 plus year old people that's like, we got to appeal to the Gen, the new generation, Gen Z. Oh, let's appeal to Gen Z. So let's get a 20-some-year-old Ice Spice girl that look like she in high school and market this music to the young girls so they can support the stream. This is how they make their money. You know, but it's the messages that's coming out behind it. That's what it is.
Yeah, and our young daughter, like teenager, she's a teenager, and she love Ice Spice. I don't got nothing against her. I love what she's doing. You know what I mean? It's getting her family and building generational wealth. But I don't like the context of it, because it sends her the wrong message. You know what I mean? Now, like I said, I ain't knocking nobody for getting their money. I want everybody to win, so I ain't knocking that. But just the context of it, we shouldn't be pushing that. But the machine, it ain't gonna be stopped because ain't nobody really stopping it,
Mhm.
So it's gonna continue, y'all. It's like beating a dead horse. It's almost like we'll be hating because ain't nobody gonna go against that machine.
And it's so much harder to stop it now with everything being accessed within the push of a button. It probably would have been a little easier back in the day when you actually had to go out and buy an album.
Exactly.
Now you can just say, okay, I own this now.
Yep.
It's also hard to stop it too when you actually have like real people, everyday people that's actually living the situations that they listening to. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand, like, music. 1 second, how your thoughts. Music do serve a purpose. Like, it's a lot of music that I've listened to that got me through a whole lot of stuff. Like, let's be real. So when you going through something and you pop on that song and it takes you somewhere, it takes the stress away. You get out of what you're currently in. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to kind of just like dismantle that and take it apart when you got real people like living in the hood going through shit like in real life. They don't have nothing to relate to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And like I just want to go ahead, Harry Dawson, and I'm gonna make a great point to you go.
No, you go on.
I was just gonna say, even going to like King Von, I've been watching a lot of drill, right? Like out of Chicago. I've been watching it. Like, man, and it's interesting. Like one of the guys, he just dropped a whole documentary on a guy that he blowing up himself. And it went viral in like 2 days, y'all. It was like 2 days it went viral. I'm like,
they love that.
People is loving it. They love that. Like King, they love that because people could relate. They like, that's what I'm on right now. I'm in a set and we banging against these guys. These are ops. So you in that field, and I ain't gonna lie. If I was in that field at that time, I'll gravitate to it too because that's your environment. You know what I mean? And it's for us, we could look at it now because we know better. So we like, no, that's stupid. But when we was 20, 22, 23, and we in that environment though, and I said this too, real quick. When you 20, I feel like when you reach 20 should be like your deadline to be in the industry activities for real. Because you got at this point, you really start building families. You got a girlfriend you committed to. You started trying to live life on a higher level. You know what I mean? So after 20, you shouldn't be out here playing no more street games. At 18, I want to say, but most guys, they're gonna be out here doing illegal things.
Definitely starting to get, and I agree with you 100%. I'm not trying to cut you off, but I agree that at 20 you should start getting into your what you gonna do in life.
Yeah.
Unless you just make it. Some people at 20 made it to a whole nother level, but most people at 20 are still struggling at 20 in the street. 2022. But you should, and it gets back to a conversation we was talking about earlier is what age though.
Yeah.
What age do you take accountability? And that's what I was getting to. What age do you got to start taking control of your life? And stop blaming all outside factors. Okay, we know it's systematic racism. We know the man got you down. We understand that. I'm not trying to sound bad, but we understand that. What age do you got to stop and look, try to get a trade or a skill or something and build something with yourself? At least get a job. Like I said, ain't nothing wrong with working at McDonald's. But you're going to get a woman that works at McDonald's with you.
I'm curious. Higher thoughts. I'm curious though. What was the comments on that video that you shared about old girl that was talking about the government, about the jobs, the city jobs, and McDonald's? What was the comment? Most people were saying the comments.
It depends on who it was from. Now men and most people on that video, even the women. I'm not gonna front. There wasn't a lot of delusional women in that video. A lot of women were like, man, a fireman, a policeman, and firefighter. She named good middle income jobs. I mean, that was delusional. So it wasn't a lot of delusional people. A lot of the men, you could tell. So in videos like that, you can always tell the red pill, blue pill communities. The Kevin Samuelites and all that stuff. You can always tell what's there. You get what I'm saying from the responses back to it. So, I mean, you can just imagine there was probably a few delusional women said, that's true, a man that worked at McDonald's. And man, I mean, okay, look, let's be realistic. Most grown-up women who got any kind of decent middle income job is not going to be checking for a man at McDonald's. And that's not, I get it, you could say it's wrong, but women are hypergamous. They look to go up. So if a woman's making $35,000 a year, she want a man at least making 50.
Yeah.
And that's if she's not delusional.
Yeah.
If she's not delusional. If she's delusional, she might be talking about $350,000, $400,000. Ain't no telling. You know, during the Kevin Samuels era, $100,000 was the key because that's what that was his Kevin Samuels. Early definition of a high value man is a man that makes $10,000 a month for at least 5 consecutive years consistently, making about $120,000 a year for years. And not only the money aspect, he's linked in level value to other men. He's known to other men as a man. A guy, hey, we need to get this, and this done. Okay, let's call Rail. He's a stand-up solid guy, and he has area. He'll get this done for him. He's respected by other men. You get what I'm saying? And so you start getting delusional on certain stuff like that. It's like, and I don't know what her occupation was. I don't know what her job was. She might have been making some bread. She might have been an OnlyFans model. She might have been another. I mean, I don't know what she did. She could have been that. She might didn't even really have no job or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a delusion. When you start thinking $70,000 ain't a good person, and then you missing out on what you want.
Yeah.
Not on what you want. Actually, you say you want a good man, but you overlooking him because you make 150,000 and he only makes 70,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how you know it's money though. I don't mean to cut you off, but I feel like women that have that type of mindset don't know what the hell they want. All they know is he got to make this amount of money and we cool. They don't care about the qualities. They don't care about the structure of the man, so they don't know. You could ask her, okay, baby, so what do you want in a man? She couldn't tell you. Only something she's going to name is superficial shit because that's all she know. I'm not going to say that's all she know, but that's where she coming from.
Yeah.
But no, women will give you the whole spiel. They'll give you a note full of stuff about a notebook full of stuff they want in a man. You get what I'm saying? They want a man who's sensitive, emotionally secure, who's 6 foot or taller, makes over $250,000, who loves his mother but's not a mother's boy. You have to, I'm just saying, you have to be in tune with your emotions, but not sassy. You have to be able to express your opinion, but you have to do it in a manly type of way. Not, they got a whole list. They want them to be protectors, providers. They want them to be leaders. They know what they want. But here's this is what they don't know.
Not realistic.
No, it's not that it's not real. Well, one is not it's not realistic. But they know what they want, but they wouldn't know what to do when they got one. They're not the type. Okay, so look, if a woman did meet a guy who's 6'2" tall, makes $300,000, looks good, he's loyal, he's dependable, he's you know what I'm saying? Why would he? You not what he want? He's not checking for you.
I'm gonna say this. I agree with that, but I'm gonna say this too. Do you feel like as a culture we need a code of conduct?
Yes.
Really a guideline on how to move. Do y'all feel that way?
We need. Well, we used to have it. We used to have it. We used to have it by holding others in check, and we talked about this. And we talked about. I think you brought it up a little bit tonight. Back in the day, they used to talk about ain't no shame to my game. That was the end of it. Once people didn't have no shame, and what you say the other day, or you said it today, you said I'm living my reality. No, you just doing BS and saying that's your reality. So can't nobody check you. Can't nobody tell you don't what you doing. This is my life. This is my reality. No, that's you messing up. And the same thing. Ain't no shame in this game. That was the code of conduct. Us checking each other.
Yeah, and I feel like it got out of hand because social media is so fast and so vast, so it got out of control. Now it influenced other cultures because we got the biggest culture out of any group of people.
We've always influenced other cultures.
Yeah, we got the biggest influence.
Yeah. We always influence other cultures. My only issue with that culture is it's a small part of the black community. I don't know what I would love to see numbers and try to figure out what the percentage of is like really, about that life and like that kind of music, blah blah blah, and really be twerk, the guys' pants sagging, the girls twerking, and just in that class of people. You get what I'm saying? Compared to the full of us, I don't think it's that big. I think it's just an overinflated sense of representation for us.
Yeah.
And we don't see it now. We don't have enough good representation of us.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't, and we can blame it on, the system and the machine, like we said about Sexy Red, but we don't even post good stuff. Well, one, you don't see a lot of good stuff in social media on the news about our people, but we have good stuff and we don't even post it.
Yeah.
We even our home videos a lot of times be the ratchet stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. We got to start. The code of conduct is us.
Mm-hmm.
I get you, man. I get you. We probably do need a code of conduct, but it's us speaking out about this garbage
and holding each other accountable.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way we're gonna be able to do that, because we messing up our community, starting with the family, starting with the household.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah. No, I definitely agree with y'all. So, but this was a great podcast, y'all. Definitely. I know we're gonna do another one too. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is, y'all. We're gonna keep that in the bag, but we definitely gonna get another one in that I know you guys would be really interested in to hearing also.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a good one, y'all.
It was.
And we're gonna keep it. I think this is a good format. We're gonna keep it on this format. If y'all like it, let us know how we can jump video to video. We was trying something different, but we definitely gonna can do one full video about the same topic. But I like how this flowed because it touched a lot of points that we've been discussing all lately.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Exactly. So we love it, y'all. And again, y'all like, subscribe, follow. And we'll definitely be seeing you guys soon.
Yep. Peace, y'all.
All right.
Peace.